Way.
They've asked him, and he was listening to him on when we were driving back for the game, and he was listening to Neil Lennon. He's like, God, I don't know how I'm going to understand him. I'm supposed to be doing the interpreting. I says, you better listen into him as much as possible. But anyway, he came over for the game. So he's a big time Celtic fan. The minute he turned round to me when I phoned him up to get help, and he said, I've got 4 Henrik Larsson t-shirts in Celtic and another 3 in Barcelona. I thought, I've won a watch with this guy. And he's a real diamond. So see if you need tickets for that, just let me know when it's done, okay?
I'll start, thank you.
Honestly, I probably still get them in the Celtic, and I don't know if they're still doing the Celtic, but if you need them at all, just let me know. If you need them in the Barca, then my man's there, I can get them just like that. He's a major Celtic fan, so he's only willing to help anybody that's a Tim, so just let me know, Rachel,
Yeah, you're a star, thank you very much.
Have a good time in 2 weeks, I was over there last year, it's a lovely place. Have you been before?
No, never been to Barcelona.
Oh, it's a lovely place. You enjoy it. Are you going for a while, or are you going for a few days, or?
We're going Tuesday morning till Thursday night, so it should be good.
You have a good time.
Should be good, yeah. Can't wait now. But, we'll have our tricolours with us now. They won't be taking them off us going in there, so don't worry. You'll get us 3 girls on the telly, right? So we'll be waving the flag. They won't be taking it off us, don't worry. Not yet, anyway.
At least you won't get the same treatment as what happened over in Amsterdam. I mean, it was so sad. I mean, what do you think?
I actually know Porg myself. I met him. The first time I met him was when I went to my first Celtic and Rangers match ever. I done the ferry, and we met him on the way over there. And I swear to God, I know people will say, nobody knows what happened. I can tell you in my life that lad is the nicest bloke I ever met in my life. So, when you see people saying, this, that, I mean, you only have to look at the videos. That kind of way to know that them lads were innocent. But that's it done now. They're home now, I suppose. That's all that matters. But still, they were wrongfully accused of something, and forget about them being wrongfully accused. They were battered. They were assaulted.
I know.
That's it.
And only the Celtic, the club only stepped up to the plate when they seen how much the feelings were from the Celtic fans, because up to that point, then, I mean, they weren't going to do anything really. But at Celtic, the PLC are just bandwagon jumpers. As soon as they see how the tide is going, I mean, you look what they did with Just Can't Get Enough. As soon as they seen that, then they're selling T-shirts with it. As soon as they seen the big stuff that we did at Barcelona, they were selling pictures of it. They jump on the bag and the board. They're reactive instead of proactive. They don't really do anything. That's what I think we should be calling for, because see, until we do that, we're probably going to wake up one day and that's what's going to happen. There's not going to be a tricolour, and they're going to ban singing all Celtic, singing any Irish tunes is just going to be, that's the level they're taking us to,
Can I just ask though? I mean, like what song that anybody sings has, like, what is there? I can't even think off the top of my head, but the majority of songs that are sung, that are great Celtic songs, are all to do with Ireland. Every single one of them. The great songs. So you start that carry on. I mean, there you go. You're back down to, like I said, you're like normal football teams, like Man United. I mean, have you watched Man United playing Champions League football? You could hear a pin drop, and that's not an exaggeration. All the fans, they're all businessmen. They've been sent over, that kind of way. And that's the way, but that's where the money is. So if that's where the money is, if they have to dilute the Irishness out to get the money in, I can tell you they'll do that. Because who would you rather satisfy? Would you rather satisfy the people who have followed you from day one, from birth, been born into these people, they know no different, or would you rather have your money? I mean, these are businessmen, they're not fans, and I think people need to realise that,
I know.
But that's it.
Well, listen, thanks, Rachel. I'm sorry, I could
no
talk
problem.
away. I could talk away here, but I'm conscious it's a bit late, so I'm sorry for keeping you up. No,
you're grand. Don't worry about it.
But you take care now, and thanks for
Thank you, and listen, thanks very much for the call. You're very good.
No, any time. I'd love to get you back on again, because most of the time it's just us blokes sitting here talking a lot of nonsense. But saying that, there's a lovely lassie called Una. She's up near Belfast. She phones in quite a bit, so it's always good to get a female perspective on things. You know what I mean? Because especially
a
good old dubs, yeah. Do you know Deco by any daft chance?
No.
Deco Hanlon?
No.
He's a mad dub. He's a mad dub as well. When you text earlier on saying, well, you might not understand me, because I'm a dub. I was thinking, well, I'll get Deco on standby. He's living over in Toronto.
Just in case he needs to translate.
Yeah, he's living on in Toronto. A few months ago when Celtic came over to Dublin, I came over as well, and I was driving about. I'm doing a show driving about Dublin, Rachel, and I didn't have a clue where to go, and I never had a sat-nav. And so I'm sitting doing a live show, and all these idiots, everybody's listening, and then there's me, and there's the Deco, and instead of the Tom, I had a Deco, which was a Dublin guy who'd left. I know we were calling the Deco. He'd left Dublin about, 10, 12 years ago, and he's giving me directions street by street. I'm just telling him the street I'm on, and I'm going down it. And so he's telling me, going left, go right, go left, go right. For about a half an hour or maybe longer, he's took me around all the streets in Dublin, saying, go down here, go down there, turn a left, turn a right, on. And I took him past his old stomping ground. He's like, oh, yes. And he's giving his commentary. Oh, my sister got married in there. And oh, yes, I went in there and I beat him up, and I had a curry in there. Jesus, fuck. And as I say, it was the funniest thing ever, because for the length of time I'm driving about Dublin, not having a clue. And then finally, one of my mates who was over there, he's phoned us for the Temple Bar and says, come and give us a lift to the game. So I'm over there doing my taxi in Dublin. I'm doing a busman's holiday. I've took my taxi over, doing live shows, driving about and picking up Celtic fans. But the thing that discouraged me so much was there was so little Celtic fans compared to the Liverpool fans. Why was that, Rachel? Is there more EPL fans than there is Celtic fans?
Do you know, my only answer is I've found with Ireland especially, the majority of them, I mean, I remember one day seeing a Man City jersey, the first Man City jersey I'd ever seen. I remember thinking, what the fuck? We've always had Liverpool jerseys here. You'll always see the odd Leeds jersey in Dublin. You'll always see a Celtic jersey, but, well, it's not that obvious anymore, to be honest with you, but, I'm not sure. A lot of people wore the Liverpool jersey, but most people would turn around and say, oh, I'm Celtic and I'm Liverpool. Now, me personally, I don't understand that at all. I don't know how somebody could watch. I mean, what my dad always says was that, when Celtic played Liverpool in wasn't it the UEFA Cup they played? Remember when John Harrison scored? Remember we beat them? Right. And my dad said, watching that game, he said, this will show the real Celtic supporters from the ones that aren't. I don't think you can have two clubs. I mean, how would you watch that game with the same feeling for both? So that would show who's won. I mean, I can't understand. Each their own. I mean, everybody has a preference on who they like and who they don't like. I mean, I have preferences on clubs when I'm watching them play on the telly. I love to see Man United lose, but Celtic are the only club I'd support. I wouldn't ever wear any other jersey, But yeah, I don't know what that was all about.
I've been to a good few El Clasicos in the last few years, because after that game I went 3 years ago, I said to my boy, we're coming back to as many as possible, and I've been back to all but two of them. And so, but then when Celtic come, there's no way at all whatsoever, there's not even a thought, not even one iota that I'm going to support Barcelona. There's no way that I love Messi or whatever, and they play beautiful football, and I respect their culture. They're kind of similar to the Scots, the Irish, they want independence for Spain, which is, every country should be self-determined rule, if that's what the people want, naturally. So I've got a great affinity for them, nice place, nice. But I'm never going to support them against Celtic. And,
of course, no.
I appreciate their culture, their team and whatever, but, when it comes to, you can only have one team, like you say, Rachel.
Yep, definitely.
Anyway,
definitely. Well, that's how I was raised, so... I take on everyone's points, I just say, this, that, but again, Celtic team a club. People would see their team as a club. Celtic, I know everyone says, oh, it's the way I like it, but it is for a lot of fans, especially for me, the real fans that are, we were just weird on Celtic and that was it. But we weren't weird on them as though, I was born in 1991, yourself, like my dad said, it was bad times for Celtic, all them years. And he supports them right through. It just shows, I'm supporting Celtic to this day, 21 years on. So he instilled an awful lot during them bad times of how great Celtic were during the bad times, that it was a reflection on me and all my sisters. We all support Celtic,
Listen, Rachel, somebody just come on here called Deco. He's heard me mention his name and he's just phoned in from all the way from Toronto. A fellow Dubliner.
What about you? What's the crack? You alright? Come
How you
me,
doing,
right?
Declan?
I only just followed you on Twitter the other day, and I seen a couple of your tweets. Fantastic. But come here to me. Feckin' radar went up when I heard my name being mentioned. Can't get away with that, lark now. The Canadian Secret Service is on to you now, Thomas. Oh, you're in fucking trouble now, me old.
So he's a proper job now, isn't he?
I only just turned the fucking thing on. I'm flying up the highway here. It's about 10 o'clock at night, and I just want to go home and have a beer and what have you. And I just, as I say, I just turned on, finished work, turned it on, and like, Jesus, fucking, you're
name check.
Here, go on out of that. So what's
we're just talking about the flag. Rachel reckons at some point in the future that Celtic PLC will be saying pull the flag down. They'll be that sticky about it. They'll be telling us to pull the flag. Do you agree, Deco in Toronto?
Sure. For fuck's sake, it won't be long until the tricolour is banned. That's the way it's going there, sure. I seen Graham put up. He posted a picture of a wee man with a yes flag, green flag with yes on the front of it. And Graham just said, "Do you think this flag should be banned?" To John Paul Taylor, and he basically danced around it a little bit, but he said yes, that should be banned. So a child waving a flag that says yes, okay, there might be connotations of what he was saying, and we all know what he was saying, but all it was a flag fucking that was green and white that said yes on it. So I mean, talk about nanny state. It's getting bleeding ridiculous. I don't know what the hell. Well, I know what the fuck they're thinking about. They see a way out of there, and they want to make sure that it's as clean as a fucking nun's arse. That's what their problem is.
You, dear God, you got a young lady here. You're disgraceful. You should ban him here, Rachel. We'll ban him. Fucking joke, you.
It's almost 10 o'clock. We're after the watershed, and I don't even know what bleeding time it is at home. You should all be flutered out of your tree at this stage.
We're just sitting here waiting for you to phone in. We're just killing time waiting for you.
What? Get the boat, you fuck's sake.
We're just been waiting for you. We've been waiting for your call. We've been like that. Deco's doing his drive home in Toronto at 10 at night, so we've just been chewing the cud waiting for you to come on and talk your shite.
Well, you know when you're talking to me, you're guaranteed a load of shite, and
I know.
Julie, I'm obliged to get.
Right, well, you're banned just because I mentioned your name. You're banned. I was talking to Rachel here. You've come in. You've cut in.
I do apologise. Rachel sounds like a lovely lady, and I tell you what, I'll let you two get back to chewing the cud.
I was getting some sense out of her till you came on driving about Toronto.
Well, sure, for fuck's sake. It's mad as a hatter.
Cook your chicken. I mean, go and cook your chicken, have your Thanksgiving. Go on.
Here, I'm in Canada. It's not fucking Thanksgiving up here. It's not gobble gobble day. It's a fucking work day. Get the boat.
Right, you're banned.
Oh, jeez, you did come. Oh, jeez. See, that silence brought to you by the Deafening Society. Yeah, go on. I tell you what. I'll go back to listening. All right, have yourself a good one. Good luck.
You're a better talker.
Ciao.
Oh, he's got a bad line there. Sorry about that, mate. People just phone in. I risked that there when I mentioned his name. I was risking it for a biscuit, mentioning his name there. But
and he gives you a buzz.
He gives a buzz. There you go. The wonders of technology. You're sitting there in Dublin. I'm here in Glasgow, and he's sitting there in Toronto. There's also good brothers there. I mean, it's a lot of Celtic fans all over the place. And that's what makes us so special, because people are prepared to travel. There's a boy there listening who came over for 5 days, caught the Aberdeen game, caught the game there. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't born a Celtic fan. He found us. And then my mate over in Barcelona, he loves Celtic because of, what they stand for and the way our fans are. The first time he's seen us as their fans, and he thought, what wonderful people. Yeah. And then they find, in whatever way somebody finds out about us, and then they go and find out. I mean, the wonderful thing about internet now, people can go and find and see our games and get all our history, and look on it and then fall in love with us. Mm-hmm. I would love to. I feel disenfranchised, so I fell out of love with Celtic in a way. I would love to fall back in love with Celtic the way somebody like the guy who comes over from America or Catalonia, they find us and they fall in love. But for me, I've lost that in a way because of what the PLC have done here. So,
well, they'd be sorry because, like you said, the stadium isn't filling, and it's all going to be a knock-on effect eventually. So, and I know that is to do with money and stuff, and I understand with some people it is. Money will be a factor, but I mean, the more you dilute something, the more you're taking away what it all stands for. So, I mean, what will Celtic be in 10 years' time? Just a normal club in Scotland? well, we've seen how that's gone for other clubs, haven't we? Not very well. So, you know, that's it.